Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of BrushPile Fishing. I'm here in beautiful Grenada Lake, Mississippi. We've had sort of a cold front come in, which is just my luck, but I'll tell you what, I'm fishing with JH Guide Service, John Harrison. I'll tell you, we've done several shows with John in the past. I cannot wait to get on the water and try for these spawning fish. So you stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. I'm with my good friend, John Harrison.
Good to have you here, Russ.
John, I tell you what, I've always enjoyed fishing with you, and we've done several different times of year, but we've never did a spring show, especially during the spawn.
It's always too early or a little bit too late or the day before or the day after, but hopefully in the last 2 days, these fish have really bit good out there. They may, I don't know what today will hold, you never know in this place, but I can assure you what we catch will be some good fish today. We're going to be fishing right off the river channel. The males have already moved out. We're fishing in some old coffee weeds. It's been here about 3 years. We're going to be fishing in some stubble. I mean, they very short water column we're going to be in out there. We're going to be fishing 16-foot BGJPs, 6-pound test line. Gammy line. I mean, we're gonna be light for them.
We're going after them big fish, 18 inches deep.
We're gonna be fishing 18 inches deep. There's not much room. When he hits it, he got one way to go, and that's straight out or straight at you. He can't go down. I mean, and they'll be fun to catch if we can just get out there and get in some of them this morning.
Well, I'll tell you what, Grenada during the spawn, I'm ready. Can we get going?
It's on.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey folks, we're here at Grenada, Mississippi. If you just joined us, I'm with guide John Harrison. John, we're just getting started this morning spider rigging. Can you tell the folks a little bit about where we're at or what we're doing?
We're fishing, as you can see, in 2.5 foot of water here. What we're fishing is what we call here is coffee weed. It's a lot of it broke off under the water right here. The river's real close right here. It's a little ditch that leads in here. We're in 2.4, 2.5. You see a lot of weeds lined up out here, standing weeds. We're trying to fish these in a little bit deeper water here. It's not very much. We got a little impression out here that's about 4.2, and those females are in the deepest part, and that's all the depth it is. It's about 4.2 out here. The males is up on the bank, a foot and a half of water. These females are staged up out here. Backed off out here, just waiting. We see water 63. They're right here, they're ready. We've caught some big fish in here the last couple of days, so hopefully today we can get back on them here this morning.
So we're definitely going to target some of them females today in that deeper ditch.
That's what we're looking for.
You know, John, I've had the pleasure and the blessings to fish a lot of the best crappie lakes in the country. And there are several that are super lakes, but the thing is, Grenada is well known above the rest, a big bunch as far as big fish. What is it that makes these fish get so big down here?
Well, it's not just one thing. You know, I believe it's the minerals that come in this lake, you know, and all from, I mean, you got good forage coming in here.
There
small.
we go.
You got a lot of forage coming in here from up above here. We got, you know, that makes your allergy blooming all real good for your small fish, your shad, your fresh hatched out crappie, a little fry. I mean, the allergy bloom is just terrific here. You know, and it just has to start right there. You know, we got an abundance of shad in here. I mean, you couldn't imagine the shad hatches in this lake. It's unreal that the shad is in this lake.
So there's plenty of food.
There's plenty of bait here for them.
John, how do you go about selecting your colors here?
As long as it's chartreuse and lime.
Yeah.
Orange and chartreuse or chartreuse and orange, it don't matter.
So that's about it
That's
here.
about it for me. I'm real partial to lime and chartreuse. I'm partial to orange and chartreuse. Red and white's a really good color here too. I don't like that bite. Oh, yeah. Oh God. Where did he come from? There we go. What you got?
There we go.
That's a big fish.
There we go. Not a monster, but that'll get us started.
It's an old male.
Yep. Look at that, folks. Not a female. Nice, nice male. Get us going this morning. Oh, a big old thick fish down here, that's for sure. And folks, they wanted that jig. Look at there. He wasn't coming off there.
B&M Pulse is a family-owned business in its third generation of ownership and over 70 years of providing the most extensive line of crappie rods in the industry. We believe that sensitivity is the key to catching crappie, and we've designed a rod for every technique based around this belief. Our products are field tested by the best fishermen in the country and used by the best guides because their clients can simply catch more crappie.
So when you're choosing your next crappie pole, go with the brand that's won a dozen national championships and more regional events to count. Go with the brand I choose, B&M.
Want more trucks for less bucks? Buckeye Ford is your truck headquarters. Work or play, we have the truck for you. F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, and F-450s. We know trucks, and you'll always get top dollar for your trade. Get the truck you need today for less bucks at Buckeye Ford and shop over 200 new Fords and tons of pre-owned cars and trucks 24/7 at BuckeyeFord.com. Remember, you'll find more trucks for less bucks at BuckeyeFord.com. More trucks, less bucks. BuckeyeFord.com.
Not all lines are created equal. Gamma's molecularly altered fishing lines offer an unprecedented combination of flexibility, shock resistance, strength, abrasion resistance, and low memory. A line so unique it's patented. Gamma provides the angler with more accurate casts, natural presentations, and a greater fish fighting capability. Put your trust in Gamma Line. A line so good it is backed up by a money-back guarantee. Visit GammaFishing.com.
Looking for the best baits and lures on the market? Look no further than SouthernPro.com. Southern Pro baits are handmade from the hook to the finished product by American workers in the USA. And our colors are mixed by our very own master craftsmen. At Southern Pro, our focus is fulfilling the desires of our fellow fishermen. Tube and solid plastics, bass tubes and lures, ice fishing tackle. Southern Pro has what you need. Visit our online store at SouthernPro.com to find everything that you're looking for to bring in your next limit of fish.
I'm going to ease up and get away from that boat a little bit. No, that's him. Is that him? Or we? Yeah, hanging on it. Look at that.
Man, did you see how light that
Hanging
was?
on it.
Would not take it.
Look at there. Big
Nice
fish.
fish. Oh, God.
Thought you was hung in the weed. Look.
Look at that sow. I did. I thought that first. And then it just kind of stayed. Look at that fish, folks. Man,
Look at
oh
that
man. Think she's full?
She's full.
Look at the mouth on that, folks.
She is full.
There's your lime colored jig again. Boy, something got a hold of her.
Yeah, she ain't been in those weeds or something.
That was one of the lightest bites I've seen this year. Just like you said, almost like it was hanging up on a weed.
Every day's different. One day they'll bury your pole, and the next day you don't even know they're on there.
We'll take her.
During today's show, the bite was super, super light. We really had to finesse these fish to get them in the boat. And it's funny because just the day before, John and I did a show waiting, and the bite was completely opposite. When those fish hit it, they absolutely pounded it. We had the storm come in, and this is the result.
John, I know you've been fishing this lake since you was a little boy. How long have you been actually guide here?
About 15 years.
I know the one thing I've heard is had a lot of people want to book trips with you in the spring. It's got to do that at least a year in advance, I think.
Yeah, I stay booked about 8-10 months to a year in advance. I've already booked probably a dozen trips for next March. You know, and all my October and November is about full. You know, everybody wants to come catching one of these big fish down here.
I'll tell you what, John, one of the more fun trips that I can remember I've done is you and I did a show one year, and It was actually the middle of summer, if I
July.
remember. Yeah, the air temperature like 101
It
or
was
heat
hot.
index.
Jig fishing in the weeds.
7 foot, I'll never forget
Yep,
it.
yep.
And man, we absolutely pounded those fish that day.
You couldn't believe that the middle of July, hot as it was, they was in that shallow water. Right on the bottom.
John, I know you use the Drift Master. You like these crappie stalkers.
I do. I'll tell you the reason why. When you're fishing through weeds and structure like this, when this fish hits this pole, it don't shake none of the other poles. When you reach and pick this one up, you don't shake anything else. If a fish hits this pole, he don't disturb any of these other poles whatsoever. They're just awesome. I like fishing with them.
This is the first time that I fished with them. The one thing that I like, they're very easy to adjust.
You can adjust them to adjust your poles if you want to widen them a little bit out, straight out. If you want to tighten them up, like if you're fishing through a thick patch of grass or weeds, if you want to tighten them up 2 foot apart, it's just simple. You just turn them right on in.
Easy to do.
Easy to do. I like to keep a little spread out here on them now, but if you're just getting in a brush pile or something, when you just want to put 2 or 3 poles right in that brush pile, it's perfect for that. You don't shake that rack or nothing when you're using, 1 pole, 1 holder.
You got a good system for it too, just a single jig.
Just a single jig, yep. Just help, like that one. You just kind of bump it a little bit. Hey, it'll come right off. You don't have to pick that pole up every time. Just kind of bump it like that. See, it'll come right. It'll work its way right on through those weeds. Just kind of like playing a piano. Just ease on through there and tap those. When you see one get hung up, you don't have to just constantly reach and get it. There he is. Where's it go? There's a good one right there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mr. Harrison.
You bet.
Another nice male there. Did he want that?
Hey.
Folks, another nice male. Boy, they are healthy. Beautiful fish.
He swallowed it too,
He
didn't he?
wanted it.
Do you ever struggle to quickly tie on hooks and jigs because the eye is too small, your hands are cold, or your eyesight just isn't what it used to be? Hi folks, I'm Russ Bailey of BrushPile Fishing. My eyesight isn't what it used to be and I struggle to tie on line to my jigs. That's why I'm pleased to announce the Tie Pro. Tie Pro is a simple, fast fishing tool to thread small eyelets, tie knots, and clip line. It's that easy. Get yours today for only $14.99 at tiepro.com.
Since 1963, Power & Tel has been a market leader in the procurement, sales, and distribution of communications products. We partner with top manufacturers to carry and deliver the inventory you need for the efficient completion of your everyday and project work. Our portfolio of industry-best solutions includes products for broadband access, cable television, cellular backhaul, data centers, FTTX, home networking, IPTV, and much more.
PSG Automotive Outfitters, Midwest Ohio's largest truck accessory retailer. Automotive parts and accessories of all kinds, featuring WeatherTech floor liners, Mickey Thompson wheels and tires, ARE truck caps, and rigid lighting. Want the latest in trend-setting truck looks? At PSG, we install suspension lifts, wheel and tire packages, fender flares, and heavy-duty front and rear bumpers. Campers, you'll find hitches, towing accessories, and suspension upgrades. Contractors, browse our full line of WeatherGuard toolboxes and ladder racks. Online at psgautomotive.com.
B&M Pulse is a family-owned business in its 3rd generation of ownership and over 70 years of providing the most extensive line of crappie rods in the industry. We believe that sensitivity is the key to catching crappie, and we've designed a rod for every technique based around this belief. Our products are field-tested by the best fishermen in the country and used by the best guides because their clients can simply catch more crappie.
So when you're choosing your next crappie pole, go with the brand that's won a dozen national championships and more regional events to count. Go with the brand I choose, B&M.
Want more trucks for less bucks? Buckeye Ford is your truck headquarters. Work or play, we have the truck for you. F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, and F-450s. We know trucks, and you'll always get top dollar for your trade. Get the truck you need today for less bucks at Buckeye Ford and shop over 200 new Fords and tons of pre-owned cars and trucks 24/7 at BuckeyeFord.com. Remember, you'll find more trucks for less bucks at BuckeyeFord.com. More trucks, less bucks. BuckeyeFord.com.
Innovation, it's all around us. NK Telco developed a fiber network in our communities over 10 years ago when the competitors were only thinking about it. Increasing bandwidth to make it convenient for the whole family to enjoy online entertainment and gaming. With our IPTV solution, you can enjoy over 80 HD channels, providing quality TV and movies for the whole family, and even take them on the go with our Watch TV Everywhere app. All this from a company that believes in local customer service from people you know and trust. NK Telco, providing services that bring value to your everyday life.
Here he is right here. You kind of a little slow with that dip net there. Man, like you didn't want to dip him. My.
Would you like me to get him out of there for you too?
I mean, nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Look at that bait. Where that bait is. Gone.
That's the thing, man. It's been about half and half.
Look, Russ. Gone.
Lord.
What about that?
Yes, sir, bud. Nice fish. You know what? With a slow bite like this, you appreciate it more when you do get them,
I'm
don't
telling
you?
you, when you do see that pole go down, you better.
Yes, sir.
You appreciate that but more and more. That's a nice little female.
Good fish.
Yeah. Pretty fish. They got good color to them out here too.
Yep.
In this water, that good tint color there too. Look at that.
One thing I noticed, John, too, in this shallow water, they don't have a lot of room to go down, so it's sideways.
They gotta run just like a bass.
Yeah.
He can't bury your pole and keep going. He's got a short window of opportunity there, and he got to go. And boy, will they go.
You know, it's a good feeling when you set the hook and the pole stops.
You know you got, yeah. You know you got your elephant in. The reason I got these pole tips so low to the water here, I got them all about, as you can see, about 2 inches, inch and a half, 2 inches from the top of that water. I mean, it's just better. You're looking down, you can see that, detect that bite better. It keeps a lot of bounce out of your poles and everything versus if you got them, you know, way up here. When the wind's blowing, you're getting a lot of shake, a lot of bounce out of your pole. I try to keep them all the same right across here. Keep them all even apart across the front here.
Definitely.
It's just better to take that bite. Closer to the water, the better.
So John's telling me we have to finesse hook the minnows, and there's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, the front has really slowed the fishing down. We're in shallow water, and there's a lot of boats in that same area. So we want to do whatever we can not to spook the fish, but also it's very hard to get them to bite, so we're just barely hooking that minnow right through the lip, not through the head or the tail or anything, but a super, super finesse hook.
Well, what you want to do when you're hooking a minnow on, you want to barely catch, this is a little rosy red, you want to barely catch those lips right there. Just real thin through those lips. That way, when you put that minnow in there, look at that minnow swimming on that. See that minnow? Look at that minnow on that jig.
So barely hooking, that's
Barely
the key.
through those lips, and that's the key right there. Barely. See that minnow? Look at that minnow how it's toting that jig around. If you take that minnow and hook it deep back there, all the way deep like that, you done kill that minnow.
It'll die quick.
Yeah, you won't make it long.
Good.
That's just some of the simple things. I mean, this fishing's not real hard. It's just paying attention to some of the simple things.
Well, you had to today, as tough as that bite was.
The bite, I mean, every bite is not the same. I mean, yesterday I was out here, the only guide trip, we caught 38 fish. They was burying these poles. But you can see today, I mean, the fish are still here, the size is still here, but the bite, you know, I mean, you got a lot of boat traffic, you got a lot of people fishing. The water clarity's, I call it clear for here, you know. They're in a shallow water column. We're fishing 18 inches deep, 2.6 there, right there, 2.6 foot of water. We did get out in some 4 foot of water there, but the same depth holds true.
There we go. That's a nice fish. Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes she is. Oh, doggone. Look at that big one.
What you got there, boy?
Lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh my gosh.
What you got there?
There's a little Grenada baby. Look at that. You know, it's been a pretty light bite all morning. That one actually not thumped it, but it took it a little bit harder than the others. Look at that, folks. There's my arm length.
Show them where that hook's at.
That one wanted that. The bite's been super, super finicky. That one took it pretty good. Look how far it is. Beautiful fish. Oh.
That a big one.
Oh.
JH Guide Service, y'all give us a call.
Folks, John will bring you coffee. He'll bait your hook, whatever you need. There we go. Oh.
Here. I got her.
Should we compare those, John? Guide, client.
Always got to take care of my clients.
Innovation, it's all around us. NK Telco developed a fiber network in our communities over 10 years ago when the competitors were only thinking about it. Increasing bandwidth to make it convenient for the whole family to enjoy online entertainment and gaming. With our IPTV solution, you can enjoy over 80 HD channels, providing quality TV and movies for the whole family, and even take them on the go with our Watch TV Everywhere app. All this from a company that believes in local customer service from people you know and trust. NK Telco, providing services that bring value to your everyday life.
Looking for the best baits and lures on the market? Look no further than SouthernPro.com. Southern Pro baits are handmade from the hook to the finished product by American workers in the USA. And our colors are mixed by our very own master craftsmen. At Southern Pro, our focus is fulfilling the desires of our fellow fishermen. Tube and solid plastics, bass tubes and lures, ice fishing tackle. Southern Pro has what you need. Visit our online store at SouthernPro.com to find everything that you're looking for to bring in your next limit of fish.
Do you ever struggle to quickly tie on hooks and jigs because the eye is too small, your hands are cold, or your eyesight just isn't what it used to be? Hi folks, I'm Russ Bailey of BrushPile Fishing. My eyesight isn't what it used to be and I struggle to tie on line to my jigs. That's why I'm pleased to announce the Tie Pro. Tie Pro is a simple, fast fishing tool to thread small eyelets, tie knots, and clip line. It's that easy. Get yours today for only $14.99 at tiepro.com.
Not all lines are created equal. Gamma's molecularly altered fishing lines offer an unprecedented combination of flexibility, shock resistance, strength, abrasion resistance, and low memory. A line so unique it's patented. Gamma provides the angler with more accurate casts, natural presentations, and a greater fish fighting capability. Put your trust in Gamma line. A line so good it is backed up by a money-back guarantee. Visit GammaFishing.com. BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by Southern Pro Tackle, B&M Poles, Gamma Fishing Line, Driftmaster Rod Holders, Ego Nets, Tie Pro Tying Tools, Buckeye Ford, and BrushPile Fish Attractants.
The day before we talked about this, the bite was phenomenal. The fish, there were a lot of them hitting, and when they hit it, they absolutely pounded the jig. But after that front came through, we didn't catch nearly as many fish on today's show. But I'll tell you what, Grenada, every fish we caught was a monster. And just to catch one of those, that big fish experience is worth your trip down here.
Here's one. Oh, shoot. That's a nice one. Get it to me, John. Don't lose it. There we go. Oh, Lord. Whew. Look at that.
Big female.
That was supposed to hit on my pole. You know that, don't you?
Ah, she come to the right side.
Oh. Look at her. She's
Look at her
starting to turn a
tail.
little red. Yep.
Yeah, look at her tail.
She's
She's
beat
been
up.
working. Yep. She hadn't put those eggs out though. Look what a belly.
But man, you can't get much closer. Look at that.
I want to talk to y'all a little bit today about making preparations in this shallow water. You know, we like to fish downwind most of the time here. We fish in shallow water. If you'll notice, the clarity of this water is pretty clear. what we got right here. And this was a coated 3/8 log chain, about 10 feet long. No more wind than what we got right now. Boat control is one of the most important things here. We put this chain out, we put out about 2 feet of rope with it. Keeps it real close here, keeps you in position. You want it out where you can just turn your trolling motor on, pull it real slow. If you cut your trolling motor off, your boat's dead still. The further that rope goes back, if you put it out 25 feet back there, it's gonna be harder to pull. So if you got some high wind, the more wind you got, the more you need to put that chain back. You know, if you're fishing in some real high wind, you might want to get you 2 chains. I use a 10-foot when I put one out. The main thing is you need to keep it straight behind that boat. If you kind of put it off on the side here, it'll kind of offset you, you know. So if you just got one, you need to make sure you get it right close you can to this middle and drag it straight out the back. With just a light wind like we got today, you don't need much rope on it back there. But
I'll tell you what, John, it sure is good now that sun come up a little bit.
it's nice and warm, nice and warm.
I'll tell you what, it was cool this morning.
There's a bite right there.
I got it. Oh, John. I'm gonna bring it back to you. That's a nice fish. Get her in there. Oh, yeah.
Is that a male? No, female.
Gosh, dog. I hate to say it again, we have not had a lot of fish today, but it has been well worth it because the ones we are getting are just dandies. Look at that. And John, I got to give you credit on that net job there. That's pretty good.
Thank you. I'm a little faster on the net than you was.
Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show here on Grenada Lake. John?
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I'll tell you what, I've done several shows with you. I enjoy the company, and today was probably the toughest day we've ever had on Grenada together.
It was pretty tough.
But you know what, we talked about it during the show, a little bit of patience, and even though that bite's not, you know, huge, the ones we got were just dandy fish, and that makes it all worth it.
That's worth coming. Just the size of them. It's like I said, every day is different here. The bite yesterday, took a guide trip out. We caught 38. And, I mean, it's just a slower bite today. Same fish, we caught big fish, just a slower bite. But as always, Russ, it's good to have you here. Man, I couldn't have enjoyed it no more. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. Folks, I hope you enjoyed it, and you stay tuned because next week we'll be right back with BrushPile Fishing.